Hey guys, it's time for more EnVyUs action. We have them up against TSM now. It's going to be on the Dust 2. I saw a version of Dust 2 at night on Reddit, and I thought it was awesome.
I think I have seen that.
I actually would like to play that.
I think I have seen that.
Competitively.
Oh, really? Have you seen the version where they replaced the sky with a really nice sky?
What kind of sky?
There's a blue sky. But this one's
Isn't it
kind of
already
like
blue?
This is like a paling out, just below overcast kind of blue. It's like a bluey grey thing, but this is like a proper solid blue. It was gorgeous. It was a glorious day, Dan, and it makes it a thoroughly more enjoyable, engaging map. I thought it was a nice change. I have my fingers crossed that one day we will see blue skies in Dust 2, real blue skies.
I agree. I think we should have. I mean, the thing is, you can do it in a way where you don't harm the integrity of the competition, so you don't like have visibility problems for the players. You can do that and have the map look different. Like that's totally cool. Like new skins for the map, it's totally cool. Let's get on that. New textures. I would love Dust 2 at night, but we're into the pistol round. It would seem. Oh my God, Zitnik's already taking down shox. This is madness.
Where the knives at?
Okay, they're restarting. Okay, it's not a pistol round. It looked kind of like a pistol round.
Show me the knives.
But I guess we're going into a knife.
Just give me the knife.
I don't want to.
Fresh meat.
If you followed the channel, maybe you'll get a knife then.
Hey, I should do that. I should follow FACEIT TV. And so should you.
I don't know if I've followed.
Ooh, odds. Check out the odds. 59% e-gaming bets, 56% CSGO lands. I really like it when both sites have you know, parity in their views of the match. I think it's pretty cool. Speaking of knives, let's go to the lower third. Let's show people the knives we want to give. I love giving knives away, Dan. I love giving knives away. Ooh.
It makes you feel satisfied.
I think we could. Well, that hasn't worked. There we go. I think we could potentially spin the wheel today. Somebody sent us, some kind soul sent us chroma cases, and I think we have 1 or 2 chroma keys. Look at that! Look at that! The subs, how the knife. But anyway, it's time for the match.
Okay, they're gonna go for the Noah stack straight away. And let's see if they find anything with it. Well, so far not anything. And they're playing Hyper Passive René. This is a really cool pistol round actually from EnVyUs. Very fast take of Dark. They've got great pressure towards mid. Happy popping heads already. And they are going to be able to spot this aggression lower. But Scream's going to be responding quite well. 3 against 2. They have a nice mana advantage to play with. And cajunb is taking down NBK. That's going to even things up a little bit.
Ooh, well.
Not for long.
cajunb's head has been split in 2. Down to dupreeh. He has to force the issue on short. You can see Scream. He's baiting him by running backwards because he knows Happy's coming in for the save. That's exactly what Happy will do. You can see where the bomb got planted. That plant allows you, if you plant it between these 2 boxes, it allows you to defend the bomb from the platform above pits, but not the pit itself.
One thing that's really amazing there is that if that Molotov hadn't been bought and thrown or incendiary, then he wouldn't have had to have repositioned. He would have been able to stay on the site and try to take a one-on-one against Happy. And so he actually would have had a way more winnable position. But by using that Molotov to force him to reposition, he could never find the one-on-one he needed to actually have a good chance to win the round. So that was a really key incendiary. So very nice that EnVyUs picked up an incendiary in the pistol. Very, very rare you'll see that actually happening on this map actually. So we're going to see now the push. Oh, they're lining up for Scream and SmithZz. So they have sent Scream to help SmithZz out on B. That means I guess Happy will be indeed staying on Cat and with shox on the crossover and NBK on long. Their normal setup.
And then NBK playing along is why we haven't chosen him for the Vulcan picks, because he should be stuck there on his lonesome for a lot of this half. Taps coming in from Device. Going to take down Scream, but the flank from NBK, he should get an upgrade on that little MP7 of his. Ooh, TSM doing some damage with these guns in the dying seconds of this round. And really, it's kind of fearsome for Envy to peek, because there's a high chance somebody could die here, even with 12 HP on Zitnik's. No more will be done to Envy. They'll survive with 3 guns, including an AK, which is always nice. Alright, so we'll see the layout of Envy and how they continue things. So shox to the MP9, that's not something you see every day. He's playing mid this time, looking straight into lower tunnel, doing what they do. But look at the push from TSM. They've got 4 people over towards the A-long area. shox getting that frag. NBK coming out just at the right time. Nice spray down from him. That's a 3rd player and a 4th. That's a little example of his strength in the long area, which is why he may be admiring the dust sweep by as the game goes on.
Okay, so shox is going to pick up the AWP straight away, as TSM are able to afford their buy. And of course, you know, shox is so good at playing the A, kind of more passive AWPing roles, where you have to hit the shots. You don't take fancy, aggressive shots, but you hit the shots that count when people peek into your angles, such as on long here. And he's even going to go a bit aggressive, looking for the player on the other end. It's Xyp9x, but Xyp9x is not looking straight through the crack. He's got an angle there on the door, so if anyone does go close, he's going to be able to take them down. And shox can fall back eventually, but it looks like he's going to keep crawling in here. shox getting very brave indeed. And he's kind of cleaned out these angles here for NBK, so he can't push through the door, surely. Oh, he's going to spot them as they push back, and NBK is there to keep the support. shox now in a crazy position, close range with the AWP. NBK goes down as well, and that is a huge leak now in the defense for EnVyUs.
Hasn't gone their way at all, has it? 3 people on long, and you can see 1 person loitering short. This makes it very hard for the CT defense. If you've got no control of short and long, they're pretty much screwed. Scream taking back short for the CT side. I'm gonna get smoked off. See if he's got the balls to go straight through it. Okay, so 3 people here coming for the CTs. Scream with the headshots. That's why they picked him up to sub for Kiyoshima. Device. He's got the angle with the AWP, but he may be against multiple opponents there, trying to peek higher and lower while the defuse comes in. He's not going to be able to get there. But try and get safe in the pit. Just about makes it. Hasn't even been tagged actually. So again, that was Scream was a super important player in that retake because 3 people on long. Long is gone for the CT, so they need to hold on to short. TSM had a player on short. Scream though managed to take him out, then get the headshots onto the site as well. So really, he kept Envy in that game and in that round, sorry. And he has eaten a bullet through the door for his sins.
So we had Scream and who? SmithZz, was it?
I'm not sure if
or
we
Happy.
picked SmithZz.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I think we kept Happy. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And we got dupreeh and Cajun, I think. All right. Either way, we got the standard stuff happening here for TSM. They're looking though sort of a cat take. They're going for just a bit of a push into mid. They are not committed just yet, but they do have a couple players ready to support this B split, which they are setting up to do. Scream is going to pick off dupreeh, though, towards the B tunnels. Now, they're going to send another man there. And EnVyUs, they don't know for sure what's going on, but now they may have spotted the players. We have the rotation coming in. The smoke's getting dropped here by TSM. karrigan wildly spraying down SmithZz. shox coming in from CT with the frags, but they won't be able to stop the bomb site being taken and that bomb being planted. But they have allowed for a 3 versus 3 retake situation.
Look how far away EnVyUs are. You see NBK in spawn, but he could get the jump on Device, who's in the middle of the tunnel entrance here. Oh, he's gone into the corner. I don't think he's heard NBK. So you can see Device is in a very sneaky position. It's a bit of an acute angle there. Oh, he's come out at the wrong time and been flanked by NBK. Now that's the control of the tunnels for EnVyUs, which means they can have a nice pronged assault into the site. We've got cajunb. He's flashed completely. He goes down. Last player onto the car. And shox will finish him off. Defuse coming in, which should have enough time. And that will be 5-0 for Envy. So that position you saw as the T playing in the B halls there, in that corner, that is another blind spot, of which there are many in Counter-Strike. That's a very common one, but NBK coming from the right angle, got a free kill. And TSM 2 players left to defend against 3 from 2 or 3 directions. It's never in their favor. Flash makes things even worse. And EnVyUs clean up once again.
Yeah, I like the Diablo reference from the knife of Happy. It says, fresh meat. Butcher reference. Okay, we got shox now on the angle once again. He's been kind of aggressive there, and to be honest, it's not very typical that we see him play like that. You know, usually they just let NBK sit there, and maybe you'd see more aggression on catwalk from shox, but they're playing the A site very defensively and putting more pressure towards the long. And this is very likely to be the read against TSM specifically, and that's the reason why they've changed the setup. Knowing that TSM are more likely to go for these A-long plays, they want to make sure they get the frags before they go through the doors, and they're going to get up on catwalk. shox. This is where he's got to shine now. He's got to get the team flashes in there onto those T's as they move into the bomb site. But they're being a little bit slow at the moment. But there goes shox. Has to find the players. Goes for the cross as well. shox very aggressive. Happy still on the site though towards Goose. Able to pick up 1 kill. But the bomb is planted and it's planted for short. So these guys can actually fall back and defend it from here.
Okay, so how much time do EnVyUs have to take this back? They've got no more nades left. They've got a 1-man advantage. So they've got a lot of guns to hold the angles while this defuse comes in, but it's still going to be a difficult defuse. There's the first frag. Trades coming in for both teams, switching for AKs, and the numbers game is going to go in favor of EnVyUs. Do they have the time to defuse the bomb? Yes, they do, and they survive with 3 plays as well, so that will leave their economy in a much better position than it could have ended up being in. So TSM still to win to get around on a board. Difficult times are ahead, quite possibly. We will see. I
think we're really seeing just the fact that EnVyUs have studied TSM quite a lot. And again, TSM, another elite level team that needs to be studied, and EnVyUs putting in the homework. They've got the positions to deal with this. And we had the happy pushing all the way up middle there. And karrigan still watching from Vietnam, able to take him down quite easily, or suicide. We're going to see now whether or not TSM can capitalize on this early pick though, because this might force more aggression from EnVyUs. They need to get info, or they need to get equalizing kills. Now, there's one going to come in from shox on middle, and that's going to help. But can he get anything else? There's device still on the angle. Oh, he gets the shot as well, and the bomb's still down. They have to cross for it. That's going to give shox another opportunity for a frag, but the flash comes in just at the nick of time, so that Civis can make the cross, but the bomb is still down, and I think shox knows exactly that. Oh, he re-peaks the angle, and Dipnix will take him out. So that advantage was very momentary, very transient there for EnVyUs.
Still 45 seconds left on the clock for TSM. EnVyUs having to concede the bomb to the T's, but they're still in control of the site. So look at NBK's position. He's in top mid now, which means that they have the information. They know it's going to be a B push. That's the only place TSM could be going. They're going to be prepared for it, but dupreeh still with the aiming to take down SmithZz. That will give them control of the bomb site. For a second, Stream opting to wait for his teammate to arrive. But he is being ready and waiting for him, TSM. So NBK versus 2 now. Needs to clutch dupreeh on the car with 11 HP. And TSM have a very nice trade situation. They won't need the trade as they will combine to finish NBK off. TSM finding their first round on the board. You can see the money is very mixed on the EnVyUs side. NBK just racking up the cash there again, playing a long position. He will find himself in less engagements than his teammates.
Yeah, I think we saw Scream and NBK a little bit out sync on that push there. Scream did a really good job, I think, for any incendiary to kind of hold off some certain positions. But back into this round, we do have the long take coming in. They've actually dropped in karrigan there. He's down to 50. And EnVyUs, the 2 players there, they're actually going to phase 3 into the entries now onto the B bomb site. They're going to get exactly that. Both entries going their way. And now problems here for EnVyUs. Another retake in store, another 3-on-3. We do have a lurker up on catwalk. It's dupreeh. He's ready to drop down. He's going to backstab. And this is going to be painful. Happy goes down without any resistance. And that is the round done for EnVyUs. TSM climbing back, clawing back. Going to have some extra momentum now going into this Dust 2 match.
Just note that device had a small delay before he crossed the doors in B. He knew shox is still alive. He knew shox would be on the op. So just waited for that smoke to pop thrown by his teammate before he crossed. No need to give up any free kills to the NV side. So we head towards 6-2 in favor of NV. Still early on in this match. NBK looking to save his gun. We'll have a look at the CT economy now after losing 2 in a row. See, their money has been shot. TSM making some kind of tower of Hanoi there and CT spawn.
The interesting thing is that we can see there's 4 defuses and a bomb explosion. So in 5 of the rounds, the bomb has gone down. So that's actually quite amazing for TSM that they've been able to consistently get the bomb down so much. And that extra money has really been helping them out on the nades. And no tag there from device, but we do have the full buy for EnVyUs. So.
Very quick note. Most of the time, people use a smoke grenade to try and hide the people crossing towards B from double doors, the CTs. But you can also use a grenade. You can see they just use the dirts to hide their crossing there as opposed to a smoke grenade.
Fast movement now from TSM. They are man down. They need a response. They are going to get the pick onto shox. Now, they have this classic situation where there's 4 players left for the CTs. They got 2 on the B site and one's on long, one's on the A site itself. That's very common in this kind of a spot. Now, of course, it's easier to isolate the CT if you go, or the CTs if you go towards the A push, but they're actually opting for the move through mid onto B. So here they go. Can they pick up the quick kills, or can this B defense be good here for Scream and SmithZz? Ooh, both kills coming in though, but there it is, the flank from karrigan, and having opened up middle a little bit, SmithZz has that option to kind of retreat through the window out of the bomb site, and that's going to give EnVyUs a chance now in this round.
Trades for days. So karrigan's going to be in a difficult situation. Oh, he's put his back in the wrong place, and NBK will take him down from the tunnel. So EnVyUs back to winning ways, going to extend their round difference to 4. 2 AKs to survive for them as well. As we go into almost the last third of the first half. So far so good for EnVy. Their second match of the day, definitely going better than their first. They were very unfortunate to start on the T side of Nuke, but this is a much more balanced map, and they have a chance to show what they can actually do.
And TSM are in lots of trouble as well when it comes to their ability to qualify. They've got a very hard road, but they're going to go for a very hard push into that side. SmithZz is going to get 3 frags with the spray down, and it was too easy for him. cajunb and dupreeh, they are just stuck now in the upper dark area. That bomb planted in front of SmithZz's feet. So there's not much for them to really do right now, as the rotation from EnVyUs inevitably arrives.
EnVy are completely untouched. Apart from shox, who's dead.
They still haven't rotated though, and that's so strange because they've known the bomb has been there for a long time, just sitting there. But they were holding positions on A instead of moving together for that bomb hold on B. But regardless, 3 versus 2, this becomes doable now for TSM. They've got a minute to play with, so it could happen here if they are able to get some. If they're able to move in the blind spots.
Look at this, cajunb is going for a get right level rotation, playing with the time, like trying to get behind enemy lines here. Does have the time to do it. That gap in the smoke could be favorable for dupreeh, but EnVy are not going to overpeak. Pop flash going through the door, so he may think that dupreeh's position is completely vacant. Let's have a look at cajunb. Oh, he has been spotted, and that's going to cause dupreeh to come out. Similar timing. So 20 seconds for him to find 2 players. That's 1 nade. Nicely done through the door. They peek at the same time and finish off the remaining player. Another round in a bag for EnVy. An expensive round, but a round nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, they should have had that much tighter, that setup around the bomb after it got dropped, thanks to SmithZz's spray down. I mean, they were just stuck on those positions. It's really strange to see that. I guess maybe they didn't see the bomb. Maybe it's still in the smoke. It's possible, I guess. And so that's the reason. But yeah, TSM made that way closer than it should have been. Lots of damage. But EnVyUs, they've been doing so well on building their bank. And now TSM once again forced to go for this save, getting money screwed. Really unfortunate for them. And they don't even have more than 2 P250s. That's kind of a sad situation for them. And EnVyUs have the best positions to really hold this push. They got shox and shox on the crossover, and Happy should be on the A site. Or actually, I think it's reversed there, but SmithZz even picking them off as they go through catwalk. So here comes the spray from shox. Now, can he stop them from closing that distance, from getting that quick plant? Oh, might get the plant down. Yes, karrigan picks up the plant. So extra $800 all around. And that's actually a really nice result.
Okay, so these rounds now are must-win for TSM. Otherwise, we're heading towards a nuke-like score, but this time EnVyUs are on the better half of it. That knife really is horrendous.
That one?
Yeah, it's just horrible. It's an Ebola knife.
You're saying shox has terrible taste?
Hey man, that man has fantastic taste apart from this particular knife. It's an anomaly. It's a blip in the radar, Dan. Don't know what to say. You know, Happy changed the name of his M4 to Stop Nerfing Me, please. his M4 A1S. Alright, so let's have a look at what these guys are doing in terms of kills. Not many kills to speak of on TSM. Nobody near double figures as of yet. SmithZz and NBK. Did we pick SmithZz?
I think we did, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, no, I don't know actually if we picked SmithZz. It was either SmithZz or Happy.
Oh, we got Happy, that's for sure.
Okay, well we had two. Did we have 2 or 3 from EnVyUs?
I don't know now. 8 players is too many to remember, Dan.
There's it really is a lot to remember.
I think I don't know. I have no idea. We had Scream. We had Scream.
We had Scream. We had cajunb and dupreeh as well.
Okay, well, still not having the best time of it at the moment. But this is a game of 2 halves, as they
Compared to
say.
the rest of their team, they're doing pretty well.
Hmm.
The other 2 top fraggers of their team, which is something. Small consolation. Yeah, we had Scream. Did we have SmithZz or Happy? I'm not sure. I think we had Happy. Yeah, we had Happy, I think.
Yeah, we did.
Or maybe we had SmithZz as well. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to be back into the round after a brief delay. And we're seeing the default setup coming in from EnVyUs. And I like how they've switched things up, actually. Playing shox. Shox is playing quite differently than he normally does. This time he's on the rifle, and Happy is kind of taking his role away from him. They kind of switched up here. Shox is doing catwalk instead. And we'll have to see if he's going to be able to get any info here. He's going to hear some stepping, the jumping up. He's going to take the jaw. He's very weak. Got to get out of there fast. You can see the grenades being thrown reactively there. Not going to catch him as he backs away. And now you can see he's going to rejoin Happy on the A-bomb site with the smokes down. Going to relay that information. And TSM still looking to find a play to make here. This is the kind of time when they need to decide.
Yeah, they ideally want to use that AWP to open things up, but that smoke very untimely for them, wasting a lot of time where that AWP pretty much cannot be used. So we'll see the smokes have gone now, and they're still hanging around the short area. No one looking to prod long though, so EnVyUs will be strong for the retake should it come down to that. So those nades are going to give the game away, going to allow the counter flashes to come in for the CT side. You see karrigan jumping down to make their push a little bit more dangerous. He's just in that corner spot now, taking down shox from long area. Now they've only got 1 player on long, the CTs. You can see the rotation coming in for the remainder of them. Happy still in the goose area, as he has been in previous rounds. Quite happy to sit there. He's got a nice angle to stop the plant as well. And with 5 seconds left, this is a round that Envy will hold again.
dupreeh, look at this. He gets 2 quick kills though, so adding some more damage in there. But at the moment, damage is really besides the point. We're ending the first half very shortly. And if EnVyUs are able to finish on that 13-2, that's going to be devastating. I mean, their T side is pretty good as well. They got a pretty good T side. And we know that TSM can play strong on the CT, but...
Yeah, but they have no room to make mistakes.
Exactly.
The issue with the second half. Look at the push here in low tunnel. Happy is already in an interesting place, and that's going to be a trade coming in. SmithZz taking down karrigan as well, so really fast frags in this round. First 15 seconds. We've lost 3 players already. Advantage Envy. NBK holding down long. He took a little bit of damage, well, a lot of damage, but he's alive. And there are 2 players remaining, and one of them is still in T-spawn for TSM. So another round looking like a complete disaster for the time being. And again, the candle is running out of wax, maybe extinguished by the water. With only 2 rounds on the board here for TSM.
Okay, here goes shox. Ooh, the flash is good though, and wow, I mean, Device, he's got full health, and NBK's really low at the pit. That range is a bit ambitious though with the Tech 9, so he can't really face there. And if cajunb can join him there on the A side, things could start to be doable. But they haven't spotted the bomb, have EnVyUs, so that you can see they're still keeping a man on B and a man watching middle. And that mid man is going to be important in Scream. He's got to make sure that they have constant information of what's going on here. Don't know if he's heard anything. He might have heard a jump. cajunb is circumvented Scream completely, and that is very key because the rotation still hasn't come in. Now the stepping must surely be heard, and now the rotation is happening, but the bomb can get planted. cajunb going to put it down as Device moves towards short, but looks like EnVyUs have decided to go 2 players through CT. This is going to be quite interesting. There's the spray. cajunb finds the first player. Now NBK is going to try to get himself out there with that flash. Oh, but the flash was a little bit off, and that's going to give cajunb a nice opportunity for another one-on-one. Oh, and Device picks up Scream. That's a ridiculous clutch. They lost, what, 3 players very quickly in that round.
Yeah, I can't believe they actually pulled that one out of the bag. That was definitely a rabbit from the hat. I liked how Device, he was on the site, and as his teammate ran over, he ran back towards short just to try and hold it down. He had more health as well, so it made sense that he was the front of the assaults there in the dying seconds of that round. Got the 2-man stack on short, looking towards short, sorry, over the smoke in CT from Envy. And Happy, again, is going to find a frag onto device. shox pushing short as well, so Envy showing why they are so considered strong on Dust 2. TSM have control of the long area. Looks like they might be rotating a player back just to try and get an idea as to what's going on. With that aggression from Envy, if they were to push at the moment, who knows, they could be going into a trap for all they know. Rotating all the way around to B, in fact, is dupreeh. So we'll see what the plan is here. The bomb is on the platform of long at the moment.
I haven't seen much use of the new skyboxes, I must say. But we are getting a push all the way up middle now from EnVyUs. They are taking control of the map. And we've got the flank onto the bomber coming in from shox. But cajunb will go down, and shox and Scream are in position to finish off karrigan. There he goes. dupreeh now has to do something quite magnificent. And I mean, they already pulled off quite a magnificent clutch, to be honest, in the previous round, but it's not going to happen this time. EnVyUs able to bring it to 11-3, looking for that 12-3 scoreline on the CT side, and very, very dominant showing so far. It's quite funny, the contrast yesterday. We had what? We had 60 rounds that we casted, basically.
In one game?
Or close to, in one match, yeah. But we've got some fast ones on our hands. We have Happy pushing down lower dark. He loves to do this. Not much in the way of weapons here on this force buy for TSM, and they are getting picked off one by one by EnVyUs' strong defense, and shox with the flick there on the cajunb, going to make life much worse for them now, as Xyp9x might just be finished off by this nade. Not quite, but there it is. 12-3, and EnVyUs looking at closing this off just as quickly as Fnatic closed off them on Nuke.
Yeah, despite the first game of the night, Envy looking to kick the door down and storm their way into the LAN finals. But they've got a bit of a way to go yet, even after this game, should it prove victorious for them. TSM down, but by no means out, as they showed in that second last round. Unbelievable clutch from them. We'll see if it can continue. Lots of rounds for them to win here, and very few for them to lose as they try to mount a comeback. But first, they must hold on a pistol.
Well, that's a nice chunk of damage there onto shox. You have the yellow dart push there from
cajunb,
and he's going to spot that player, but in comes the major assault up long, and they have great positions here, picking up those headshots. RTSM, and there it is. They can't even get to crossover. This is just crazy now. 3 kills there for karrigan. He's not going to let them move up. The bomb is down, and Scream has got to deal with the entire team. This is ridiculous. He's got no health left. There you go. TSM pick up the pistol, and the long road is the journey has started on that long and dusty road.
Well, that's a great way to start things. They're on a silk road, Dan.
No, it's long and dusty.
The silk road's probably long and dusty. Do you know the silk road?
No.
It's not a road made from silk.
I do know what the silk road is.
Okay.
Or was.
Yeah, definitely was. You had me for a minute there, Dan. I was worried.
I know all these things.
I was worried.
Here we go. Push here for the force buy from EnVyUs. Able to claim some kills, and in fact, they're going to get the better of TSM now. A man up, man to the good, as we have dupreeh watching over middle. And EnVyUs are deciding to smartly back away now. They don't want to get wrecked by the ranges on the pushed over crossover onto A. So they want to finish on B right now, but dupreeh picking off Happy, and the fact that the bomb's still not gone down, this is going to be an issue now, because TSM have worked out what's happening, I believe. They've got a good idea, but they need to confirm it, and they just don't have the players to do it. So they're playing it safe at the moment. They're split up. But the thing is here is that dupreeh, he's up against 3 players, 5 HP, 16 HP, and 17 HP. So they are not too healthy.
Every time you say 5 HP, I think of Sheep from Australia.
Oh, dupreeh, he wants action right now. There he goes. Ooh, trade attempts, no. Oh, I think he spotted a pixel, and he will get the kill onto shox. Now it's just SmithZz left, and he's going to get tapped down by the MP7. So
the one thing I like about the buff to the SMGs is that we get to see the good old MP7 skulls come out. Because you remember when all these cases and skins first came out, that was where you first learned to hate a skin, and that skin was the MP7 skulls. But now it's like a fond memory. MP7 skulls and Mag7 memento. But now it's a fond memory, Dan. It's a fond memory.
I have nothing fun to say about this.
I had a lot of kills with it as well.
We're going to get the full save, more or less, from EnVyUs, as they are going to be able to buy up on the next round. And again, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what they have in the bag against TSM's defense, because they are a team that are aware how TSM play, they certainly have some strategies where they're like, okay, this should be stronger for us against TSM. They like to play this way. They like to do these kinds of rotations. So if we do this, we're going to be able to abuse that, and so on and so forth. So with dupreeh executing happy there in the last moments of the 18th round, we're going to go to the 19th round now, and we are going to see the AKs in action for EnVyUs. Not able to afford all that many grenades, but that's okay.
Tweet DDK and tell him what the Silk Road is.
I know what the Silk Road is.
I'm not sure you do.
I could say it on stream, but
well, you can't now. It's a buy round, Dan. It's a buy round.
Yeah, but it's not really a thing you should talk about on stream.
No, Dan. 2 AWPs for TSM. Dan looks upset with me. Okay, I guess you do know what the Silk Road is.
Do you need to boot up Tor right now?
Tor?
Yeah. You didn't use that without anonymous.
You don't know what the Silk Road is. Dan does not know what the Silk Road is. It's got nothing to do with Tor, Dan. Jesus Christ. Anyway. We've got lots of Envy players heading towards the B-bomb site. You are ridiculous. Okay, so are these AWPs going to get put to work here by TSM? It's going to have to be hunting. Oh, he's not going to announce the presence of the AWP here. It's going to allow him to walk through the smoke. dupreeh finding the frags, and does he fight? Okay, now we get the gun going. Oh, we see a 2. 2 for the price of 1. shox and Scream going down. 2 versus 2 now. 1 AWP and an M4. Device, he's alone. He's got the bomb down. SmithZz standing loud and proud on double stack. We'll pick him up. And we've got someone's dropped from the server, but most important thing is if karrigan can't find his frag or not. SmithZz taking the wrong angle will get finished off by karrigan. And I'm sure he will pick up an AWP. So another round in the bag for TSM. A good recovery so far, Dan.
Yeah, it was looking quite nice. All right, so I guess we'll probably have a slight delay whilst we get the...
Okay, while we have a delay, Dan, the Silk Road you're thinking of is full of contraband and terrible things. Yes,
exactly.
You know, but
that's exactly it.
But the name, actually, maybe producer Reedtz can tell us and the stream a definition of the Silk Road. The original Silk Road, where that name was lifted, is a very historic route through a number of countries where people used to trade goods, trade wares, and it was a long, dusty road because it was through places without carpets.
So now I know where that name was taken from. That's good. Thank you.
So you learned the bad place before the good place.
Of course. I'm a youth. I'm a delinquent.
You're a youth.
I'm a delinquent
you're YOOF.
A youth.
Youth. Youth of
Crazy
today,
youth.
as we say here in the UK. So
yeah.
we're just waiting on a bit of a reconnection. But hey, how about this recovery from TSM?
You just said that.
I know, but now I'm giving you an opportunity to say something.
Well, it's good. I mean, now we're going to have a situation where they can get the money going, which is nice, because then the AWPs can come out and they can play the game they want to play. That's always the hard thing about playing this. And we can see, so we have Scream and we have Happy, and that's it from EnVyUs. Okay, so yeah, that's always the hardest thing, is stabilizing your economy on the CT side of Dust 2, because most teams do want to have more AWPs. That said, since the AWP changed, teams are learning to have more rifle-based rounds. We're seeing SmithZz not going to the AWP as much still. He's still not picking up the AWP as much as he used to. So that's really good from an economic standpoint as well for the team, that he's using or able to use that playstyle more with the rifle, because it's just more versatility, better for your economy. And so far, Scream was doing quite well for EnVyUs on that B side. So they actually picked up a lot of rounds despite that. So now TSM are in the same position. How well are they going to do? Well, they're a CT team. That's still true.
Yeah.
So now their economy's been secured. It's going to be about how well EnVyUs knows their CT side of Dust 2. Typically, their CT side has been pretty strong, because they're able to play the thing is with EnVyUs is that their rotation game is very good. They know when to throw an aggression quite well, but they don't overuse it. And their safe setups, the kind of come at me setups, they usually execute those really well. And what I'm talking about there is these inevitable situations where either you just want a passive round, or you get that spot where one of your CT comrades goes down early on, and you have to play 2 on B and 2 on A, and you can't proactively be like, figure out what's going to happen. You can't proactively get picks. You got to just sit on the site, take good team play setups, and then execute the kills. Usually TSM are very good at that as well. So
with Envy on 12 rounds as opposed to 13, that gives TSM a little bit of wiggle room. If they were to drop around, as long as the economy isn't completely decimated, then the match is not necessarily over. There's still a small room, a small bit of room for some recovery there.
I mean, if TSM play that kind of a style where they are very passive, then the AWP setups aren't really going to work on the T side all that much, and EnVyUs will probably be better suited. Trying to, I mean, I guess, yeah, I feel like they'd probably be better suited, not trying to play too aggressive on the AWP for picks, and it's because I don't think TSM are going to give them that many opportunities. I think that some of the more set play-based stuff and some of the more simple, just take map control and try to like get mid. Basically, I think these kinds of things will be what they resort to. EnVyUs will resort to try to win their rounds, because yeah, it's they always have very strong B setups. So the cat drop onto B, they usually hold that really well. So yeah, I don't know really what TSM's weakness is on the CT side. EnVyUs should be more informed because they should be watching the demos.
Once again, guys, while we have a short break here, make sure you hit the follow button. Once we hit 500k followers, we will be doing glorious giveaways, Dan. Glorious giveaways. To our subs, we will be throwing an M4A4 Howl at you as well. Huh?
I want to give away.
You want to give away?
I want to give away.
You can have a Bison if you like.
Can I have the grenade?
No. Stop with the grenade. It's my grenade. Subs could also win a Butterfly Knife Slaughter, and there will be an open raffle, which everyone is available to enter, for a Bayonet Rust Coast. So that will happen at 500,000 followers. Just hit the follow button, and once we're there, Dan.
That's true. That's true. You know, one thing that's interesting about EnVyUs on their CT side is how aggressive they like to play. Now, I would actually like to see TSM trying to throw that in as well, because I feel like there's going to be opportunities for them to find, you know, nice little timings like pushes on catwalk, you know, with the boosts and stuff like this to get quick picks and stuff like that. I think that's going to help them out massively to get, you know, those early advantages and try to play for early advantages, because you can play because again, like I said, I feel like they're a great team at playing without finding the early advantages, and keeping the early advantage away from the other team. So I think that'd be a nice mix up for them to then force EnVyUs to have to make mid round calls, which are they have to adapt the situation to, basically. So that's always nice. That's always good to test a team in that way. I mean, there are lots of teams like Fnatic are kind of a little bit notorious for, you know, Pronax's ability to be good at mid round calling.
Yeah.
So some teams are much better at that skill than others. So that would be cool to see as well what EnVyUs would do in those spots.
One thing that you mentioned earlier in the cast was that we haven't seen that many new grenades based around the changes to the skybox around A.
Yeah.
We have just released a video on FACEIT.com on YouTube. It's almost 20 minutes long, which is just nades and flashes on Dust 2. So if you're looking to learn something towards A, towards B and mid, then definitely check that out. FACEIT.com, not FACEIT.com, YouTube.com/FACEIT.com.
You can go to FACEIT.com as well if you want.
Hey, yeah, go to FACEIT.com. Play some pugs.
If you want.
Play some pugs. I might play one today, actually. You know what's really cool?
No.
If you add, all of you guys at home, you can go to FACEIT.com. You can add me on FACEIT. My username is JZFB. I accept every single invite. And what's really cool about that is, now when I go to play on FACEIT, I just log on and I wait like all of 20 seconds, and someone always invites me to a party, and I just play random people. It's awesome.
I think I've accepted all of them as well.
So what's your username? DDK or is it Dubourdeaux?
That's DDK.
DDK.
Yeah, I only use that if I can't, if it's, you know, free characters doesn't work or it's taken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I have that.
So your stream is Dubourdeaux on Twitch, right?
Yeah, I want DDK, but Twitch doesn't give three letters unless you're really special, and I think it's a bit of a process to get your name changed as well. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a bit of a process. So
you started streaming from the office?
Yes, I think I've done two now. 2 streams.
So was it this week? You did one on a demo analysis?
Yeah.
Please, just please himself. Yes, that was me. I did this.
Where are you going with this?
Nothing. I'm just.
The first time
we have downtime, Dan.
The first time you sat next to me when I was streaming.
I was, yes. We had a dual stream, right?
I like that question. It's like I'm asking you a question, but I know the answer. So you wanted to hear me talk about it?
Yeah, that's what people.
I see through your lies.
That's what.
Your deceit.
I'm
always worried that I'm going to get trolled by this guy, so
oh, that's reasonable. Okay, that's reasonable.
Yeah, so I tried to take precautions.
You're just thinking, what's next?
I tried to troll you back to throw you off your troll game.
Okay, I see what you're doing there.
Exactly.
So I started streaming as well, but
what are you going to stream? What do you want to stream?
Dan brought in his 120 hertz monitor, whereas the ones for the gaming room are in the post. So I'm playing 60 hertz, poverty 60 hertz, and it's no good. But we'll be back soon.
I would never play with that.
So
I would never play with 60 hertz. Okay, nice pick there from cajunb at the start of the round. So you can see EnVyUs went for the force buy, and they're getting wrecked, Jay.
Everyone's dead, Dan.
They are getting wrecked.
That was a pretty fast round.
And they went for a very fast aggression, and they've got the double ops going for them as well. That's actually an aggression that we used to see from EnVyUs, actually, where they would pressure up middle, sending Happy and shox up middle, with SmithZz covering with the AWP. And so one can watch for lower dark, and one can watch for the top mid, the immediacy of the top mid. So yeah, I mean, TSM throwing that kind of play into EnVyUs' face, and you can see how powerful it can be if you catch them off balance. So now TSM have, yeah, they're basically playing that's a 3 on A, 2 on B setup. The device can, if the round gets, if things get later into the round, this position can be quite scary because you can get flashed. So you can back off into the site safely. He's got enough distance there, and they're gonna bully their way through to long. And there is a player there. It's karrigan. Oh wow! shox goes straight through the CZ. Does pick up Stipniks, but they still have a man in pits. So this is gonna get very, very dodgy here. EnVyUs, I don't even know if they get the bomb down in this situation. NBK is gonna take down dupreeh, but Scream still has to get that plant in, and we do have Device lurking above him. It's gonna be tough.
Well, this is a retake with 2 AWPs and an M4. Maybe more difficult than it looks unless they get a favorable peek from one of these players. karrigan taking down the flank from Happy. That's going to make things easier, but they may have to try and push with pistol. So you can see Device already has his pistol out. Nice peek there over the smoke. I think NBK is playing pretty close, and he needs to because he only has 4 HP. He tries to charge out, does not get the favorable engagement there. karrigan going to go for the trade, going to find it. Has he got time to defuse the bomb? It's going to be close.
He's got this. So karrigan going to save the day for
Have they
TSM.
lost a round yet on the second half?
No, they have not.
Nothing but success. But that means nothing but buys here for Envy as well.
That's true, and they have they've got quite a bit of bank now. And the problem is for them, of course, is if they win one, get reset. That's what they really need to try to avoid. But they've identified that the double ult setup is happening here for TSM. So now they've got SmithZz on the AWP. Can they find a way to exploit this? Having a fast push with some good smokes can definitely be a good way to circumvent some AWPing. Or if they push into middle, try to force some rotations and then play off of that. If they can force the I was going to say the AWPer device into B. He's already in B at the moment. MB's going to pick off NBK as well, so he's already sitting in B. And him showing himself in B already, they should know that mid should, in theory, be fairly clear at the moment.
Could they be looking to rush the AWPer here?
The thing is that they know that device is in B still, or that's where he was last spotted, so...
Oh, they're going for the boost? Oh, okay, no. I thought maybe they were going for the boost over the arch in mid, but they are, in fact, changing direction towards the A site. So we can see cajunb, and there he is, holding that angle. That's a really nice angle for an AWPer because he can basically just continuously move to his left and engage in 1 versus 1. There's the first, misses the shot though. You can see the adjustment coming in there, looking for the next 1v1. But he's going to be completely flashed. So there's one TSM player on the slope, which is going to be very important if the Ts choose to jump down as karrigan did on the previous half, but they'll plant for short. They don't need to necessarily push the site. SmithZz, though, will try and find an angle on someone. I think there is a player on the platform, and that's cajunb. That's cajunb dead. SmithZz has the advantage on the peak there. This looks like the first round of the second half for Envy. Nice snap there by SmithZz. 3 more players to find. There's another one. SmithZz on fire at the moment. Zipmix with too many angles to hold on his own, and that will be a very successful round for Envy.
That was really important from SmithZz, the first kill that he got, where he pushed to try to retake the site, because if they would get locked into short, as could very well have happened, then you have a situation where you know they're stuck on short. They can get smoked off, they can get flashed off. They're all in one place. But SmithZz getting that frag opened it up completely for them.
Yeah, and as Reedtz pointed out there, the money for TSM, they've lost 1 round and their money has disappeared altogether. They have got the buy here. You can see their nades are somewhat limited. Some have been thrown already, but after losing all of 1 round, Device finds himself with only a 5-7. So the war of attrition has been real. Now Envy are reaping the rewards of that first round on the board here.
Yeah, again, they have to keep it going though. They absolutely need to prevent that situation where they get screwed on the monies. And at the moment, they got the nice spread. They got nobody in long, but I think TSM will be a little bit too afraid. It's gonna be a pretty big gamble to actually push through long right now at this time in the round. So they're not going to be able to capitalize on the fact that there's no one there for EnVyUs. And they have now rotated someone there. And in they go for the push-up catwalk. Got cajunb on the barrel. Does go down after the trade from SmithZz. And that's going to win them quite some map control. Looking to get that bomb down. Potentially, we could have a similar plant, similar round. But Xyp9x trying to spy Scream's head. Can't quite connect with anything there. Finally, Xyp9x picks up a frag. But 3-on-3 now. 3-on-2. There's TSM coming with a couple frags in a row. And SmithZz, once again, the key position, but he can't connect the shot that he needed to connect. And that's going to put all the pressure on the in-game leader, Happy, as he goes and picks up the bomb. He's not got much time. He's going to swap both players with that peek, and that's going to be it. TSM have now reset EnVyUs, and the problem is that they didn't even get the bomb down. So look at the money. 2 players have expended all of their cash, so they're sitting on 1,400, 2 of them, and one is on 2,100. Yeah,
this is a really good chance for TSM to tie things up again. As we said, with EnVy on 12 rounds, there was an opportunity for TSM to make a mistake and still be in the game, and that's exactly what has happened here. Now, they need to make sure they don't get reset themselves and continue winning ways. So coming through the smoke so far, 2 frags to dupreeh. Going to switch to the pistol. He's got help from Device as well. Scream, the only person to get a frag so far. cajunb waiting to eliminate the cross. It will not be needed as his teams will finish off the eco push from EnVy.
Yeah, I mean, they're really doing exactly what they need to do and putting EnVyUs in all the worst spots, but they will get their buy-in. It's not going to be particularly strong on a few of the players. We can see NBK, Scream, and shox suffering on the lack of monies, but we are going to have now the standard setup from TSM. And again, you know, as I said previously, they're really good at these standard holds. Although that said, we are going to have Xyp9x just looking for just some early spots towards short. It's pretty free to do that, so he's not going to get punished either, so he's going to get a little bit of info before backing away. And he's moved down to, he's dropped off Cat now into middle. Now he's going to get flashed back, and he's got the crossfire with Device. So good timing now from TSM to have this crossfire functional. And there it is. They want to get proactive in this, and they are going to push down SmithZz as they try to battle for middle. Xyp9x and Device going to beat out the grenade timings and the push timings of EnVyUs to get the advantage. 5 against 4 now.
Okay, so EnVy all in mid at the moment. karrigan still firmly in control of the long area. You see cajunb switching his position to a little bit more aggressive at the moment. Got the same angle as Xyp9x. Xyp9x flash, but he will be able to mount an offense on the site. There's a first frag for him. NBK going down. Got counter flashes coming in from the CTs now. We've got 2, maybe 3 blind players. cajunb waiting for the Scream to re-emerge. Takes him out. Now he's hitting his shots. Happy going down as well. shox going for the trade there. And this is just brutal. TSM surviving with 4 players alive. Device down to 5 HP. But again, important for their economy, especially at risk of being reset by EnVy.
Yeah, and they've been doing a great mix of aggression. And in that round, it was just a very simple timing game. Xyp9x repositioned after seeing no fast timings on short. He was like, okay, I'm going to reposition for the crossfire on middle now because it's like around 110. So it's very possible EnVyUs are going to be either taking short or taking middle at this time. And they were taking middle, and they got ahead of it. They got ahead of the play, and that was all they needed to do. So really good stuff there from TSM. Playing it basic, playing it strong. And now EnVyUs again on the eco essentially is they look for the fast plant and hopefully a couple kills as well on shorts.
They know where cajunb is going to be. But safety in numbers, 1 or 2 may fall, but they really need to get this bomb down. That's exactly what they're going to do. They all make it onto the site without losing a single player. NBK going down. The bomb carrier, though, will manage to finish off the plant. They're going to get cleaned up pretty damn quickly. Only shox remaining. Nice headshot onto karrigan there. They'll get cleaned up by the remainder. So 3 players surviving for TSM. Very important plant for EnVy. It's a bonus $4,000 for the team, 800 apiece. And that will put them in a much better position to get the buy. We could see double AWPs coming straight out. I was wondering when this would happen.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned this before, and I feel like double AWP is not necessarily the best way to play against TSM. We'll have to see. I might be completely wrong. And as you said, you know, using the dust instead as the cover, but SmithZz gets the kill on the cross anyway. So
yeah, the gap, no doubt, no less.
Already, they are getting themselves an advantage. So double AWPs. Playing the picking game and stopping 2 men from being on B, and that's really important.
So you can see Happy is holding the angle. I think he's holding the angle with the AWP in the B tunnels, and NBK just a bit more aggressive, just in case he needs some backup there. I think there may be a smoke in the way there as well, as he's just walking through. I think they're boosting over the smoke in B, actually, in the B tunnel. Yeah, you can see it there. So this is Titan style, stealing Titan's tactics now. Normally it's the other way around. They've spotted the player there. He's got some backup in the name of karrigan now. Happy still holding the angle with all of 2 HP. SmithZz falling elsewhere. Remaining players in the tunnel area. The bomb carrier just going to go to lower tunnel at the moment. No aggressive pushing here from TSM. Happy to hold quite patiently.
You can see dupreeh very, very cognizant of all the angles that he shouldn't be in. So he takes himself to the safe position cart for his support as well. And they are trying to brute force their way in through the tunnels, but so far NBK cannot get himself the pick, and they have cleared out the site quite well systematically here between the boost, between the Molotov there, but in comes dupreeh with the defensive kill onto NBK, and there's no way they can push in now, as they are going to back off with the double orbs and keep them alive for the next round. But
look at the push here. Look at the push from the CTs. This is like Battle Royale right now. They're coming with sharp objects, grenades, everything they can find. They're looking to take these players out for their own survival. Scream with the AWP now.
Oh, can he get him off the time? karrigan not looking the right way. Oh! Oh, he got him! Oh, that's so horrible. Scream, no money now. No money. Lost the AWP. Oh, it's brutal.
What's even more brutal is, if Envy lose this game, they are not in a good position with regards to qualifying for LAN.
Yeah, I think they're going to need a very wide degree of criteria for them to actually be able to still make it, and it's going to be completely out of their hands. Whereas by just winning all the rest of their matches, it is in their hands.
Yeah, they're...
And that's a much better position, obviously. So
they're allowing people to hop over them should they go 0 for 2 today. But it's not over yet. They do have some semblance of a buy. Definitely a force here. 2 AKs, 4-5 with Kevlar and helmets. shox finding device through the door. Over a minute on the clock for TSM. Sorry, for Envy to try and capitalize on this one-man advantage. Counter flashes coming in from the CTs. Aggressive peek from cajunb. He's got half of them. One of the ones that's not flashed goes down. Molly's coming in. Got rotations from the CTs to try and support the AWP player, but they're just going to charge towards the site. Envy get another bomb plant down. Again, there have been many bomb plants in this match, and here comes another one. 4 versus 3. cajunb falling to SmithZz. This looks like another round for Envy, and TSM have been annihilated. Envy surviving with 4 players after losing so much money in the previous round.
That's ridiculous.
Scream getting knifed as well at the end.
That's ridiculous, isn't it? Like, I don't understand how they were able to pull that one off, and the player's gonna drop at the start of the round. So VAC authentication error. So this might take quite a while. Oh, this always happens in the worst moments.
We had 2 at once yesterday. Now we're getting another one. Look at the money on TSM just before we move away from the game. They are pretty much all in right now. This is what a turn of events. It looks like they were in a very strong position to take it. Now they find themselves at 14-14, and their backs are to the wall.
Yeah, it's a very interesting match. I mean, I don't know how to call it really. I mean, some of these fast A takes have really been the best way that EnVyUs has been able to take sites. They always get shut down going into B. So I wonder after that, the first like 40 seconds, if we're going to see them trying to edge out for the same kinds of rounds now, because they know that works. As far as TSM are concerned, as you say, if this doesn't happen right now, they're done.
They could be. Well, they'll be in a disastrous situation, to say the very least. To say the very least, it's never over until it's over. They could get some horrible force buy going, but I'd say Envy are the masters at that. So we will see. So again, we might be. Normally it takes about 10 minutes for these things to resolve. Oh, but this time it's a bit shorter. So, Dan.
Oh, not this again.
Silk Road.
What are you going to talk about now?
Reese, give us a definition of the Silk Road. Come on, do it on the stream. We got to educate Dan live on.
But you already did that.
Also tweet DDK at follow DDK and tell him what the Silk Road is, the proper Silk Road, not the one his filthy mind has conjured up. We're innocent here.
It doesn't exist anymore, though, James, so it's fine, right?
It was shut down, yeah.
It was shut down.
So you have Tor installed?
No. No.
Because you
I should, though, because I don't like the fact that my data is easily accessible by all degrees of companies. In fact, there is actually an instant messaging client that I've considered switching to, but I don't know if it's worth it because...
How sensitive is your data, Dan?
Well, no, it's
I
just
can't imagine what you're talking about.
No, but it's just like that all of your data, everything you say to anyone else can be accessed. For example, with Skype, for example, you know, everyone can access everything with Skype. The NSA is watching every conversation you have with me, James. You know how scary that is?
Well, I don't know. Who knows?
There's no privacy anymore. Privacy stuff is very interesting, but we're not going to go into that now. So here we go. We've got the most important round
of all time, then.
The most important rounds coming
Ever.
up. TSM, they have a completely broke if they lose this one. Overtime is not a reality for them. Overtime is not happening for them. It's got to be done right here. And they have, they're playing a pretty similar setup as they have in most rounds. Again, Zipnik's dropping down to mid for the brief crossover on the timing, but and the EnVyUs trying to pull him backwards and forwards with that just brief presence on catwalk. But they're moving towards B. This has not worked out for them many times at all. But they're going to go for the B hit.
But it's still one play running distraction. I think that's Happy on short once again. There's still 3 plays over towards the A site. So if they can get some fast frags. Oh, they're not going to get any frags. Smith's finally getting a trade here, but Device has done more work as well. It's 1 versus 3. Scream has the bomb. Should be able to get a plant in. But that's going to be that, surely. But it is Scream. He's a headshot machine. He is capable of clutching this for Envy. They need this round. They need the game. He's not going to have his gun ready, and that's going to be the crucial round TSM needed.
Oh, yeah.
TSM fine.
That said, though, I mean, they still need to weather another buy from EnVyUs, because they'll have enough to buy now. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, they're pretty strong on the buy, more or less. Only NBK really lacking in cash, and rest of them, though, they'll be able to get the double AWPs going in as well. So TSM, they've got to be really careful right now. It's not over yet. EnVyUs could very well force this to overtime, and we'll have to see how they open things up. Are they going to go standard again with their setup? Well, looks like after cajunb does a little bit of AWPing in the middle, that's going to be the case, but Happy is going to open things up. dupreeh is going to fall on B already, and the AWP picking is working out again at the beginning of the round for EnVyUs. But can they build it into a site take, a bomb plant? That's what it's about.
TSM putting 2 people straight back onto B after the fall of that player. So mid is empty for the time being. No one probing for Envy just yet. You saw there was the Horde was pushing towards short on the previous round, and that might be a clue that shox is just hanging around that long. Might make them start to think, was this going to be a 2-pronged assault? Do we need to reinforce A?
But that's the problem. They only have 4 players left, so it's quite a gamble to go for it at that point. Now they know NBK taking the frag. Zipnik's very smart. Going to go and take long. That's going to allow them for the 2-pronged retake from short and long, letting the site go. That's good play from Zipnik, but he's NBK's done the smart thing, and he's not actually pushed. He's just letting Zipnik sit there, and cajunb's now sitting here with this AWP. You're looking for the clutch. cajunb against the world. Well, great flick to open things up, but 2 players directly above him with the AWP. Oh my god, they're going to drop on him, both players at once. And EnVyUs will take this to an overtime, and they do so in a fantastic fashion.
That was a massive pick from Happy. He just about saw the player move to his left. The player was like, oh, and just got taken out. Huge frag there. Great start, and it's not over yet. Now, who's your money on? That was pretty close at the end. How can we even pick someone between these two teams?
I don't know.
Especially starting MR5 16K by the end of the first half. One of these economies may be quite ropey, especially if they continue with all these AWPs. We've got 2 coming out for the Ts once again. Only cajunb opting for the AWP on the CT side.
I feel like TSM. I'm feeling TSM, but I really don't know. It's impossible to call. My gut feeling is TSM, but it's only because I feel like they have more. They're learning more, but when stuff like this happens, again, they get put into that same situation. These early advantages for EnVyUs consistently turn into round wins, and that's really the problem. Is that TSM are in positions where they're giving those early advantages away, and it's by the slightest of margins, the slightest of pixels, but EnVyUs are capitalizing, so they're punishing.
These smokes are not the friends of Device. He got shot through the smoke in mid as well, so I'm sure this will be frustrating for him. So once again, Envy poking around the short area, but no more openings just yet. So they've lost long, have TSM, and they're going to be punished for it, surely. The spray finally coming in there for shox.
He legged him. This is crazy. What, cajunb, why was he looking towards... Oh, because Zipnik had dropped away from Cat, so he left Cat And that meant that cajunb had to look both towards short and towards long at the same time, and that was the critical problem there for TSM. That's really what broke cajunb there. If only he was holding an angle, but it's going to be Xyp9x and dupreeh on the retake, 2-on-4, and then, I mean, this is going to be a difficult one. dupreeh's getting slowed down at every corner.
Surely they have to think about their economy for the remainder of this half here, because MR5 16k is expensive. Don't be fooled. Xyp9x retrieving the AWP there. So I think they will save these 2 guns at the very least. That AWP will be an important one to save. So could this be the straw for TSM? Still early days.
The straw?
The straw, Dan. The straw that broke the camel's back.
The last straw. The straw.
Could find camels on the Silk Road back in the day, Dan, maybe. It's 4 AWPs now. All the AWPs. We're still not at Oceanic levels. Well, you might see 3 AWPs on one side on Dust 2. But we're close. And a scar. These guys are crazy.
All the scars. Okay, so again, standard stuff here from TSM. EnVyUs. I mean, if they aren't getting that early pick, we can see how much more difficult life is for them. Now, you have to be really scared if you're TSM about getting picked on B at this point, because that's where EnVyUs have found their early round advantages both times now. Here we go. shox is going to try to flash himself into lay long. He's going to be careful. He's got the bomb. He's actually carrying the bomb right now, and he's the first man in. That is never good. That's never good. shox. Someone tell shox. He's got the bomb. Okay, they're going to push through all together anyway, so it won't matter all that much. But still, in they go now. And whoa, okay, karrigan's going to toss a nade, and that's not going to help him in that spot at all, James.
Yeah, they've got 45 seconds. There's some information for Xyp9x, but he's got to be paranoid about the short area. And indeed, he won't even have time to try and get the pop flash out onto long, because he's got to watch out for short as well. 2 frags for Xyp9x. 35 seconds still on the clock here. Envy could still get some damage in. There's a nice tag onto cajunb. Popped in the head from the P250. dupreeh standing in the fire like he's a candy man to find that frag onto Happy. 2 men versus 1 now. Or that nade. Smith's got to be careful about it. That Molotov won't stop him from planting the bomb, but he goes for the fake, gets naded. It's another fake. He has no idea where the second player is.
dupreeh's ready to go for that peek. He's committed to plant the bomb now. He's got to go for it. It's key moments for the Danes to close in, and they will. And they'll pick up the AWPs. They'll pick up everything they want. As again, it's a round where EnVyUs didn't get the. Well, actually, they kind of did get an early advantage if you consider that free kill on long. That free kill on long. It's surprising that didn't turn into a bigger advantage for them against karrigan. 4 AWPs we're seeing now on the server, though. 4 AWPs.
4 AWPs again. And you can see now cajunb. We're in round 3. cajunb's got 2,700 left in the bank after starting with 16k. So this is very pressing on the economy, but both teams still with the full buy for the time being. 3 rounds remaining in the first half. No advantage for either team just yet. Interesting boost here. Where is the other player? Oh, he's jumped off. That was Happy. So, curious to see the angle he was holding there. Alright, so this time Envy have poked somebody. They've planted an agent through mid-doors then. They're looking for info, looking for an engagement. Have we lost a player?
We have.
Oh dear. Is this back again?
We got Scream. He's gone.
It must be back. Okay. I can only assume that
Got 2 dupreehs.
well, dupreeh has multiplied there.
What's going
They've
on?
cut the worm in half and both sides are wriggling.
Oh, this is quite odd.
Okay, now I have no idea what's going on.
I don't understand what is happening in front of my eyes. It's like we're desynced from the server and there are bots running around.
Okay, yeah, they're just waiting, I suppose.
Okay. So I guess it's VAC authentication error.
VAC authentication.
Very odd. Very, very odd. Okay, so well, we'll get the info to you straight away as we can.
It's been worse. Like it feels like it's been worse recently. It's VAC authentication.
Volvo, fix your game. Fix your VAC.
Games.
Imagine if no. I sometimes I say stupid things, and I'm trying to learn a degree of self-control.
I respect that.
To prevent myself from saying
I wish you well.
idiotic things.
I wish you well. Producer Reedtz still hasn't given us the definition of the Silk Road.
No. Well, you define it yourself.
Well, I need to Google it to get a proper definition. I can't give you a
that
proper
was more
definition.
than adequate.
You are a well-read man, DDK. Are you not?
Maybe. I don't know. I read some
You're
books.
fearing the troll again, aren't you?
I read some books sometimes. What are you getting at here? Where's this going?
My opinion of you, from what I can deduce, is that you're a well-read man, Dan. So I would have thought you would have come across the Silk Road in the past.
No.
So it surprises me. Like you said you knew what it was, but I could tell from your face that this guy doesn't know what it is. I thought maybe he thinks, maybe he's just saying it, but he doesn't know, he has no idea. But no, you thought you did, Dan. But no, what you knew was the dark underbelly of the internet, where horrible things happen.
You know they call that in series, they call it the dark net or something stupid.
They do, yes.
And really, it's just the
But let's just leave that alone.
Let's just leave that alone.
Okay,
There's lots of funny stuff that happens in some series where they're like, I remember seeing, I think it was like a clip from Numbers or something, where they're talking about, they're like comparing, like, they're trying to find like a drug dealer on IRC or something, and they're like trying to explain what IRC was. They're like, it's like two ships passing in the night. There's like there's no tracking any of it. So it's like I'm sure someone will link that somewhere. I mean, that is hilarious. I need to show it to you.
My former girlfriend, she used to, when she was in her teens, she used to be in an IRC channel called High, and she had no idea what it was about until like years later.
IRC's awesome.
She was very ditzy. She was cute though, but very ditzy.
There was another one where there's a super cringy moment where they're trying to deal with one of these hackers on IRC, and one of the characters is like, "Don't worry, I speak Reedtz," and that actually happened in serious tones. And I can't help but wonder who writes this stuff.
Where was this?
I think it was on that show Numbers again, or maybe it was another one of these shows.
Don't worry, I speak Reedtz. His E's, he replaces E key with the number 3.
I remember seeing another like one of these stupid moments on one of these shows. I don't think it was Numbers. I can't remember what it was. Where there was like they're like being hacked or something, and they're like super elite control room, and the person who was like their hacker, their like computer expert, was like, "Oh, you need to come and help me." So another person got on the keyboard, and they're both doing this on the keyboard at once.
I always love that in films, like, oh, they're an assistant, and you just got this green screen, and they're just mashing the keyboard. Like they're just writing ADSF JKL semicolon. That's all they're doing.
it's just so funny, like the ignorance, James.
Have you heard that song, Leech Access?
No.
It's an old school song. It's about hacking. It's like Leech Access is coming at you. Your box is mine in a minute or two. No, you haven't heard it?
You know all the words, don't you?
Okay, someone...
Don't you?
I do. Free BSD is the to me.
Free BSD, nice.
Yeah. Somebody, if you know that song I'm talking about, Leech, it's Leech Access, AXSS. I don't think it has any E's in it. Somebody tweet Dan. Tweet it to me and I'll retweet it, the Leech Access song. It's on YouTube, I'm sure.
All right, well, we're back into the match. We successfully...
You know what the last words are on the song?
No.
Control, Alt, Del.
Nice. It's relevant. It's about computers. Great. Okay, so we have 3 members around short actually here for the EnVyUs. So they're looking for the A split again. And oh god, shox getting a nice pick onto Xyp9x. karrigan being proactive now. He wants to find out what's going on. He wants to get ahead of the smoke. He wants to get himself those fast kills. Now, this is a very surprising position, but EnVyUs, they're taking their sweet time at the moment. They are probably trying to ward against any information plays where the CTs might be pushing in, and they have done a good job. Now they've delayed that push, they've switched up the pace, they had a fast entry, they slowed it down. Now, how are TSM reacting? They don't know which way to look right now, but the A split is coming, and here it is, 3 players on long. karrigan needs to get more than 1, but he only gets the single, as cajunb has to look both ways, but he can't. 2 players left for EnVyUs now, but they are low.
Yeah, look at the health, 35 between them. SmithZz on all of 2 HP. Device has the money nade as well, but he's in the wrong position. He's in long. If he was on short, he could have just finished this all right now. So, Device on long, dupreeh just jumping around, trying to find a frag here. And Device with an overkill there, AWP on a 2 HP player. That's actually SmithZz on the site. There's the nade, and that is a wrap. TSM somehow, I was worried with 2 players on B and 1 player falling. It looked like they were just trying to, there was 1 person long, there's 1 person short versus numerous people. Looked like they were in a very disadvantageous situation, but somehow they bring it back, they eke out the win. The damage was enough for the remaining players to finish off Envy.
So many AWPs. So many ops. And it makes sense for EnVyUs because, I mean, to be fair, they found their most success when they were double AWPing, when Happy was able to basically spread the AWP threat. And this again, they won around like this before, where Happy was able to take the shot onto the man. I think it was dupreeh previously with the AWP. So, oh, that's actually awesome there for TSM. That's so important. Happy goes down for free. SmithZz tries to get something done, but he's taking a lot of damage. Gets flashed through. Tries to follow it up. He will. SmithZz is going to get taken out. And things look interesting now. We're back to a 4 versus 1 equal situation between the teams.
Okay, so a minute on the clock for Envy to breach one of these sites. Once again, we've got 2 A players having to be so far away as long must be defended. And now we have the 2-pronged assault towards B. shox just walking through. Does cajunb have an angle on to CT spawn? I don't think he does. And I think shox might be the key player here, especially as they try to challenge the AWP on the site device with 2 frags before shox can come in and try and help. It may be all too late. NBK versus 2 now. cajunb and karrigan to try and defend. We'll just try to push together. 30 seconds on the clock. And NBK, he is leaving the B bomb site, but surely he doesn't have enough time to get to A. What's he doing?
He has very little time indeed. It's kind of curious. There is no time. There's just no time.
No way. If he...
There's no time. There is just not the time. But no, James, no. There's no time for this. And I don't know if he ever would have thought that there would have been time. So I'm kind of curious. What is he doing?
I don't know what he had in mind there, but there's no way he had the time to go longest rotation EU towards the A site. I don't know.
Now he gets
a miscalculation. But how much will it cost him? How much will it cost him?
But he died after time as well, so cost him quite a lot, to be honest. We are going to have a situation now where TSM are looking quite good at potentially pulling off that 4-1 on the overtime.
3 AWPs, Dan.
Oh my god.
We're in Oceanic territory.
We're in Oceania.
Immunity, is that you?
Okay, here we go. We got SmithZz pushing up catwalk. We've got NBK going for the spam through the smoke on the upper dark area. EnVyUs, can they carve their way that entry they need to get into a bomb site? It's going to be SmithZz coming up with nothing over on short for the time being. What else can they find? Lots of nades being thrown about at the moment.
TSM looking unlikely to extend their 2-round advantage here. SmithZz seeing ahead, poked through the smoke. And this is a colossal round for Envy. Only cajunb and karrigan remaining versus 4. karrigan falling as well, so cajunb versus the nation of France to try and keep his team in it. Too many angles to cover. Scream will bring back the round. He'll finish off the remaining player. So we're going to go into the second half here. 1-round advantage after all that for TSM. Had to be worried following the first round going towards Envy. Finishes though with the slightest of advantages. 3 AWPs now. 2 for Envy and 1 for TSM. So let's see where SmithZz and shox are headed. See, shox will be playing on the A side with his. And it will be SmithZz towards B with the second one. So karrigan in a very aggressive position, sandwiched between Happy and NBK on long. I don't know how he got there so fast. I can only presume they tried those smokes that split the sights in half, but he has fallen early. Lots of time on the clock here for TSM to try and do something more. We've got 2 players on A sites here for Envy. NBK, of course, playing long. And looks like shox will be rotating between both, just as cajunb was. For the time being, still a minute on the clock, so lots of time for TSM to make a decision here. They've got device trying to find an opening on short. Meanwhile, we've got dupreeh over towards B. SmithZz very tight with that angle. Some AWPers do hold the, they crouch and hold the left of the box, as it is a surprise angle. But SmithZz just larger in charge there, taking down dupreeh. shox missing the shot onto short. There's a second one as well. 3 players remaining for TSM, make that 2. shox finding cajunb eventually. 35 seconds left. Can they even get a plant down? Just getting picked off one by one like grapes at the moment. This is an unsuccessful round for TSM.
All alone, his device. He died alone, James.
Oh, Dan, someone's left the server again.
Why does this happen, James?
Third time, fourth time. It's really bizarre how, like, if you have 10 accounts like I do then, and one gets back authentication error, you could just rejoin with another one from the same computer.
Really?
But yeah, but I don't understand. It's crazy. It's just kind of weird.
I guess it depends on the type of back authentication, because it's not just one thing that can cause it. I think there's loads of different things that can cause them. I don't know.
I think it doesn't it come down to like your connection with the server or something?
I don't know. I mean, as far as my understanding goes, it's because there's something interrupting the VAC from doing from authenticating, basically.
Okay.
So, and that can be loads of different programs.
Routing, possibly.
Loads of different things I think can actually impact that. I think they have a huge list of programs. If you look this stuff up, that of different programs that can be running that can interfere with it, but it's a list of programs that everyone has open most of the time. So
Oh, okay.
So I don't know, like I don't know really. It's a bit of a mystery. Otherwise, it would be there would be a guide somewhere, or it will be solved by right now, right? So
Look at the skins, Dan. Look at the skins.
I don't want to look at the skins.
Why is that? Because you can't have them.
Yes.
You can have a bison.
I don't want a bison.
Why not?
Actually, what do we have for the wheel? Is it just the chroma stuff?
Chroma case.
Because does that mean that we're spinning the wheel? And it's pointless.
Shall we just open the case now? We might as well.
All right.
I think we have. Let's see if we can. Okay, no, we can't. Maybe for the next game. I think, Dan,
Yeah.
the chroma cases are on a different account. I think they're on the FACEIT donations account, and I need to switch them over to this account. So, because we don't use that account
It's probably better for all of us not to open it.
We're only going to be disappointed, right? So we have 2 chroma keys, and that's it. We exhausted our inventory of keys until stage 2 of the league. In fact, hey, if you want to send keys, be my guest. I can't believe we opened like 200 cases, and all we got, Dan, was an Org Chameleon. That's all we got. We got nothing more than that.
I suspect there's a greater power involved. I'm not talking about a deity. I'm talking about Gaben. I think this is by design, James.
Gaben. Stop it. Just stop it.
I think. Can you imagine if we got him to cast? That'd be great.
How about
Lord
imagine
Gaben
if one day we just switched to the studio and it was like just Gaben. Neither you nor I. He was just
in the middle.
Dead in the middle. It is I. Gaben. Can you imagine?
I've come to answer all your prayers. The CZ is now out of the game. The Tech 9 is now out of the game. You can no longer jump with scouts. Balance is being restored.
All is well.
He's the great.
He's the equilibrium.
He is, yeah. He restores balance to all things.
Also, he should. Who knows?
If you could interview him,
there's more balance. There's more balance than that.
If you could ask him any question, you would have to answer truthfully. What would you ask him?
If I had to ask Gaben a question.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't have any good questions for Gaben.
I would ask him how he likes his steak. Is it rare, medium rare, or well done? That tells you everything you need to know about man.
Okay, so how do you like your steak?
Rare or medium rare? And SmithZz likes it pretty rare as well. He's going straight in there with the quick pick onto device, returning to his roots with those fast mid picks. And that's going to give them a nice little edge as TSM move into their first rounds here on the T side of the first overtime. And this gives EnVyUs a lot of confidence.
Oh, of course, I know what I will ask Gaben. When is Half-Life 3 coming out? What else is there? That's the only question.
That is true. That's very true.
Okay,
I'm an idiot.
You are an idiot. karrigan's on short in a passive position just in case there are some nades. Wants to try and avoid them, have as much cover as possible. shox is playing on the site at the moment. Happy rotating between CT spawn and shorts. Going to jump down from karrigan once again, but this time Happy is ready and waiting. Possibly heard him on shot, but a bomb is heading over towards the B bomb site. It's going to be 3 versus 2 here. Almost a team kill. Damage has been done so far. SmithZz falling as well. 2 versus 3. There's one close to the window though. Can they get the plant? Sounds like he knew Happy was there, but the time he spends going for the fake allows the rotation from TSM. Once again, NBK coming from the flank position, but this time he won't find anybody in a tunnel.
NBK's got dupreeh to contest with there with the long range AWP behind the crate. This is a hard position to deal with. NBK spotted him, but There's no way he's going to take down dupreeh. dupreeh with a quick second shot. It's going to go down to Happy, so it's all doable now for EnVyUs, and they will put it off and pick up round number 19. And of course, it is about that 21.
Yep,
but will someone reach 21? Will it happen? I don't think so.
First team to reach 21 will prove victorious. Otherwise, we're going into even more overtimes. Maybe it's just a week of overtime, Dan.
Could be.
Maybe we're all about the overtimes here.
I used to play a drinking game called 21. 21. So have you heard of that one?
No.
Okay.
Didn't play drinking games, Dan. I was a civilized human being.
All right.
That's a lie. I had drinking games and threw up soon afterwards.
All right, well.
My game of choice was the boat race.
The boat race.
SmithZz has pushed. He's looking down to underpass. Lower tunnel, sorry. He has since moved away. I'll tell you all about the boat race if there's another VEC authentication error.
All right, well, we have, again, the double also both teams. It seems very very critical to the offense, just as it is to the defense, in getting these early advantages that are so needed. And part of the reason for that is understanding then how the enemy team rotates and how to abuse their rotations and find those advantages. And here we are, we got the mid presence now beginning for TSM. And EnVyUs, unlike TSM, they would actually have the crossbar set up at this kind of a timing, but that is not the case here for EnVyUs. They are playing very far back. They are committing to those bomb sites heavily at the moment. And that's going to give TSM a free middle here. And even a tag there from karrigan, and the cajunb follow-up grenade is going to be good, taking down Scream. That's going to initiate the play now onto this B bomb site. We have karrigan going through the window over the top, able to spray down SmithZz straight in the head as NBK takes down cajunb on middle. That's going to be small consolation because the bomb goes down. Post-plant positions are quite strong here. They've even got a man who's almost in T-spawn at the moment for TSM.
Yeah,
so
he's looking for the rotation from NBK, but this time he's on the slope with his buddies. So it's going to be 3-on-3 on the site. karrigan finding the first frag onto Happy. We've got two CTs in the window area, so 2 versus 4 now. Trying to retake with an AWP no less. Multiple angles for them to try and defend. shox will get 1 frag. He will go down as well. So this game is not over yet. 19-19, still down to the wire here in extra time. Again, both teams need both the remaining rounds, unless they want it to go to OT2.
Should be good for our Vulcan picks, I guess.
You saw that smoke there, bounced off the box to allow the pass without anyone being spotted. It's one of the smokes that we put in our video as of late. Okay, so NBK with an aggressive position. He's looking through the doors on long at the moment, but not going to find an engagement just yet. We'll have to keep an eye on him to see if he opts for an early push. At this point, though, definitely a risk. One mistake from either team could be curtains. 2 players in mid. EnVy changing their setup now after these successful pushes. These 2-pronged assaults through mid, through B tunnel onto the B bomb site. They do not want any more of that nonsense. You can see Happy in a position we commonly see him in, where if those mid to B smokes come in, he is already positioned to shoot over the smoke with significant cover from the T's smokes. 39 seconds left. No indication for the CTs as to where TSM might be.
Oh, that was a good nade. It hit Scream in the knee. That's going to do a lot of damage there, but they are going to put the play into the A bomb site now. And the response here from the EnVyUs is lacking, to be honest. I mean, they have that retake opportunity, and shox is going to enable that to be even stronger, but their positioning is really a problem. In they go, though, regardless. 2 from the CT area. Now SmithZz is looking for those quick approach here on the crossover. What a flick, though. Straight up in on top of the bomb site. Gets the second shot as well. karrigan falls to the ground. And now Zipnik's going down as well. That's going to leave just dupreeh left, and he's far away. And I think they're quite aware of this. dupreeh can't even think about going for this. And the round is won by EnVyUs. They need 1 more, and they can close this one out. And that will be it for this match. But
that was a massive retake. A massive retake by EnVy.
SmithZz, man,
he's sweeping. He's sweeping like a Terminator. Yeah, he's sweeping like a Terminator scanner. That was really super nice by him. Just casually running up towards the site, no fear at all. Doing what he does.
No fear, my friends.
With the big green gun. So now it's match point to EnVy. TSM up against it. They've had some success on the T side, and they had really nice positioning when they took it from short, they sold the B. Envy out of position, but they had the numbers to retake. Can they hold in what could be the final round of the match? Two people over towards long. That's karrigan and Device here for TSM. Device tagged down to 17. NBK holding very close indeed, trying to abuse the fact that, A, if the T's try to push through that smoke, he will block them, and they might not even see him standing there.
His gun in their face.
Yeah, so that could potentially be a free kill, should they choose to do that. But they're wiser than that. Currently headed over towards the B bomb site, waiting for that smoke to dissipate. And looks like they're considering throwing one onto the site itself. They can throw pop flashes into that smoke. I think that's exactly what they've done. EnVyUs wondering what's going on now. There's no push, though, from TSM, potentially waiting for counter nades to come in. Happy spots a smidgen of a player there. That may be a sign to rotate towards B. Here comes a charge from TSM.
Oh, Scream already taking down one. It's looking actually not too bad for EnVyUs at the moment. In comes both players, SmithZz and Scream, but finally they're eliminated. NBK and shox with the AWP on shox. That's all they've got going for their retake against 3 of TSM. And NBK is going to start things off well, taking out Device there. We give his team a chance in this one to just close it out right here and now. And shox is getting in position towards window, but there's the peek from karrigan. Now it's all on shox, the man, as he moves through. Trying to rattle off some shots here, but they know where he is. There's nothing he can do. And we get OT2, overtime number 2, between EnVyUs and TSM. An incredibly important game for both teams, as neither can afford to lose any more points, or rather lose the opportunity to gain more points at this stage in the league.
No team willing to move an inch. No team willing to lose this match. Now the question is, how are TSM going to change things up on the T side? They had success going through mid for a few rounds. Then they used that success to go in other directions once Envy had tried to adjust for those pushes. So the question is now, OT2, got to freshen up things, change things up once again. What will be their approach? How many strats do they have in the bag? And how fast can Envy adjust to them? Got NBK sitting solo, out long. Again, TSM asking questions towards the mid to B area. Look how aggressive Envy are. You can see them trying to push B tunnel now. They don't want that two-pronged assault to come in, but SmithZz has fallen, trying to hold it for his team.
So we got Scream there on the site. Now he's going to be actually avoiding the flashes, gets the first kill onto karrigan. In comes 2 more though. He's eliminated where the opponents are coming from, but after he goes down, his team is going to be left in the 3-on-3. He did a decent job at the moment, but you can see cajunb being happy. This engagement is going to be very important. Now, can Happy get a little bit of help here? Looks like he can, and they get a free kill onto cajunb. That's massive there for EnVyUs' retake.
Okay, so good health on the final 2 players, but they have got a man disadvantage. That said, all the Envy players are coming from 2 places, and that's excellent positioning there by Device. Behind... Oh, look at that. A third one as well. Behind the red container there. Up the stairs, you can see the heads as they approach the window. So very advantageous position. Using the knowledge of the map to great effect. TSM, a man down as TTs were coming back to the site. Managed to hold it for his team. Still, only 1 round in it.
Scar on SmithZz. He's actually, I think, top fragging for EnVyUs, and he wants more crazy action with the snipers. As we do see the nurse stack in middle there, Happy on top of Scream's head. And it looks not too bad here for TSM to maybe get some kills on these 2 players, because they are close to the double doors. And that's kind of why this position can work here from EnVyUs. And are they going to check it? Are they going to check it? Oh, Happy peeks out, gets both kills. Very nice moves there from the in-game leader, as now TSM, they've got to scramble to find a play that works. 3 against 4 with a minute left on the clock.
Oh, SmithZz, he's fishing, he's fishing. Is he going to find a carp? Indeed he is. That's a 2-man advantage for the T side. Bomb's going to creep through the smoke while SmithZz is reloading. Can he get the entry here? That's the question. Zipnik's going to run distraction. He could go through to B from mid, and SmithZz has fallen as well. Suddenly it's a 2 versus 2 after Envy being in such a strong position. But karrigan, he is planting the bomb, and Zipnik's going to be waiting in the tunnel. So just keeping an eye on his teammate as well. Sees a play, they're going to smoke him off. So who is going to prove victorious? shox maybe going to run onto the site with that smoke. NBK fishing these smokes, such a nuisance. What a great shot there. 1 versus 2 now. 1 versus 1. NBK getting the trade kill. That's an important round for Envy. Again, nothing separating these teams at the moment. And it's amazing TSM even got that far, but very brave and great play to wait for SmithZz to empty the clip and then just walk through the smoke, find the frag, get the bomb down.
Yeah, so it's hard to separate these teams really, but still got the auto sniper on SmithZz at the moment. And they will know where it is going to be playing from now as well. So trying to get through that B site is going to be even harder than it previously was. And 3 players for EnVyUs towards B at the start of the round. They are, it seems, seemingly a little bit worried about potential rushes towards that B side. They've gone for the push into upper dark at the moment. They're going to eliminate dupreeh with that push, and that's going to give them lots of info. Seeing just 1 player there, they still don't know what's going on middle though, so they can't jump to any conclusions just yet. However, NBK is going to feel the presence in A-Long as cajunb pushes through. Can he find the frag? NBK still flash, still blind, and they get both entries charging now onto the site. The march of the Danish machines as they try to get themselves up there, but SmithZz through after they get flashed. Not able to get enough damage done though, and TSM looking by far the better of these exchanges at the moment. And it's just 1 man left now. Happy, he's picked up SmithZz auto sniper, but his days are numbered. Oh, are you joking? Happy really was trying. I mean, to be fair, it was quite hopeless, but yeah.
Never even considered a jumping auto sniper on
I've never thought about that.
Yeah, well, it's first time for everything. Actually, from that position, the taser is viable.
Oh,
you can actually hit people if you have a direct sight of them in that position. So maybe something for people to think about. But here we go. So TSM once again with a 1-round lead. SmithZz with an early frag, goes for a second one. Got multiple people to contend with, but they've done good damage so far. 4v4 now as shox falls to Cajun. Warp coming into play here for TSM.
Happy going to get the aggressive push on Catwalk. He's quite good at this. He's going to be able to take down karrigan. Won't get any extra information, but the kill will suffice. So now they've got to find an edge back into this one to equalize it, but it's got to come out of a huge risk. They don't really have the players to play for trades. They need to get 3 kills or...
Look at the push in B tunnel.
Again, they find that information that they need. That's going to allow them to just leave 1 guy on B now because they know there's no one to immediately have to take care of anything. And Happy's going to be able to take down both players on the assault of Catwalk. And there's the tag on the legs, I think. Or maybe a wall bang. That's not going to be good enough. So EnVyUs pick up another round. And again, these teams are so dead even at the moment.
Last round of the first half. Again, there is still nothing separating these teams. This could go down to the wire once again. Double LORPs coming out for TSM this time. Oh, the shot straight into Happy's face. One of the most dangerous players on the NV side. Gets eliminated in the first few seconds of the round. But there's a long way to go for victory for either of these teams. Not going to press on the advantage straight away. 2 people in mid for NV, playing 1 for each side at the moment. TSM have favoured the mid area quite a bit.
Yeah, 2 players in upper dark there for TSM, so they are spread quite interestingly along the width of the map at the moment. And again, with 2 players in middle here for EnVyUs, they might be looking to try and just completely destroy any mid plays. But TSM, they've not even taken Catwalk just yet, so that's actually quite nice that they have this setup going for them. The Noah stack still so late into the round as well. TSM are playing it so slowly at the moment. Very interesting approach from them.
Look at the peaks for information though. We've got NBK pushing short, in fact. Normally he's playing long, but he's just walking down mid. But dupreeh's in a position to possibly flank. Oh, we've seen the information for his team. He's got the frag, made the call as well. And now we are in a really weird position with 30 seconds left. They know NBK's down. That means long is free. But they've got 1 player on the site. That's shox being boosted up here. Can he do anything for his team? Flash is coming in. SmithZz has fallen as well. This looks like it's going to be last round TSM.
Absolutely, there it is, clean to right up there. Very well done by TSM in that round. It's actually, they didn't even lose anybody, so it's very, very good stuff. So where do you see the advantages being taken? I mean, to be honest, it doesn't. Both teams just want all the AWPs, basically. That much we know.
I don't see any advantages right now. This is OT2, baby.
And again, double AWP both sides. They both feel like the best way to deal with everything is with the double AWPs. So Going to be going again for more of the same. As we have a default setup coming in from TSM, 3 towards A, 2 towards B. Not worried about a quick B rush, B timing. dupreeh will get some spray damage through onto NBK, almost taking him down actually. There's 3 guys in the upper dark area for EnVyUs early in this round, and they need to spread themselves onto some cat control. Just give themselves more options to play with. That wealth of options as a tease gives the in-game leader so much more to work with.
Okay, so still lots of time on the clock here for these two teams to figure out what setup the CTs are playing for EnVy and what the Ts are trying to achieve for TSM. So Happy has an angle. Oh, look at that. They are so close to each other, but it's going to be Device to find the angle first. NBK picks up the AWP, which is a good idea since he has 16 HP. SmithZz falling down as well, so the AWP's going in favor of TSM at the moment. Long still very much under control. EnVy heading towards A. The player in City Spawn should hear them running around.
The reposition coming in there. Player onto the A bomb site, so TSM with all the positions they need. They just got to hit the shots right now. Going to have to come out to extraordinary play from EnVyUs to actually get the entries going for themselves, but it's not going to happen. Indeed, great use of these positions. Could even potentially gone for the knife there, but dupreeh is going to finish off NBK. And TSM are starting off strong into this second half of the second overtime, and SmithZz is closing in on that 40 bomb.
I feel like it's been a while since we have seen one team with a 2-round advantage over the other. TSM though still needs 2 more rounds to take themselves over the edge here. So easier said than done, as we have seen in this match, as we saw yesterday in other matches as well. So EnVy with control of mid. Looks like they're going to go for the standard 2-pronged assault towards A here. I think that might be SmithZz in a position to throw a flash for his teammates to begin a breach, but let's see if they commit to it.
And karrigan is going to go for that play that NBK was fond of, but actually not quite, forced back a little bit. Going to have to deal with the bulk of the team as they approach, and that's excellent work done. Going to be cajunb though on the bomb site, able to get the defensive frag onto shox, but they are quickly approaching. There's NBK, finds some pixels. That angle is good for him, takes down cajunb, and that is now a solid advantage for EnVyUs, but they still need to get across the crossover onto the bomb site itself and get the bomb planted. And that is going to cost them a few seconds, extra seconds. That's going to allow TSM to get themselves into a position, A long and short, and there's the trade coming in. It's all on Device now. Got himself some nades to work with. That's going to help massively. That incendiary is going to pop out a screen potentially. There it is. And that's the frag, but NBK has himself the trade. And EnVyUs, they pick one extra one up as well. So again, there's just no way to really separate these two teams.
Are we going to go to OT3? 3 rounds remaining. 1 round between the two teams. We'll have to wait and see. So again, using that nade to completely cover the mid area. Quite interesting. Early on in this game. These have been quite slow rounds, actually.
This one is not slow, though. Look at this pace, Japes. Straight into short. After 20 seconds, they're already on short. They are looking to completely blow TSM up on the pace, the timings of this map. Now, is it going to work, though? That's the different story. As we got to Zipnix below, he was, again, trying to go for the drop into the crossover, the crossplay on the Dubourdeaux, but EnVyUs, they've got these positions on lock. Going for that short plant yet again. This has worked out for them in the past, but can they hold on right now? Because TSM are gutting them from below, from the sides, from all over the place. Device up on the box now, and they get cleaned up completely.
What a huge round. Putting TSM on match point, 2 of them. EnVy with no breathing room left in this match.
Yeah, that was quite crazy. I mean, they tried to switch things up. They tried to switch things up in a way that in the past it had worked for them. And at really quick pace, we saw them, I think, almost get guaranteed bomb plants on pistol saves in that position. But the problem is that they just are unable to really deal with the counter grenades, and they don't have good positions. But it's going to be EnVyUs with the opening kill here, thanks to SmithZz.
Well, that's a very good start for the French side. But many more frags for them to find over the next 2 rounds. See, they've got 3 people in mid at the moment. karrigan asking questions in long area. Again, both him and NBK seem to be playing it in similar fashion, just close to the door, close to the smoke. We've seen some rounds where the pop flash has come in and the T's have pushed, and they're both preparing for it. He's might be going for some more information now, and the bomb's still in T spawn at the moment. Not sure if he can hear that player running. We'll see if his behavior changes. Indeed, I think he did. Look, instant flank from karrigan. He knows exactly that there's a player who's just moved from T spawn. He could catch the bomb here. He's got the information for his team. No frag just yet. He's going to just hold his advantage, see if he can get multiple frags. Happy is down. He's going to retreat back to long. Can keep control of that should EnVy get on their heels and push towards short, as they will. cajunb in a strong position to hold down from the car area as well.
Yeah, and they are getting the advantages and punishing quite well. That excellent play on middle told them everything they needed to know, and they're going to lock it down. They already had their rotations in play before the push had really arrived, thanks to that wonderful little flank. And there you go, 26-23. We will have an end. We won't have an OT3 as we did yesterday on Inferno.
That was a pretty monster match from both teams. Again, very important for them both to win. EnVy are really in a horrible trying testing position following the 2 games today. So we'll have to see the next play day, see if they can survive, if they can stay in the finals. They're looking, absolutely. Yeah, it's looking pretty bad for them at the moment. Very surprising, considering that they are the number 2 ranked team in the world, and I think they're second from bottom at the moment, I believe.
I don't.
They may be by the end of the evening.
I think it might be TSM, between them and TSM, I think.
Okay, so...
Oh, yeah, it is between them both. But yeah, you're right. It's, TSM. Although they've got way less games played, at the very least. So
yeah, that's true. So
yeah.
Still in with a chance, maybe. We will have to see. But finally, that match comes to a conclusion. Lots of fragging for both teams. We'll see how that leaves our Vulcan a bit later on, Dan. Yeah,
we have to go to our next match now. We will take a break whilst we set that up. It's going to be Na'Vi versus NIP on Mirage, so it's going to be a really fun one, I got to say. Stay tuned, guys. You don't want to miss it.